It's June 26, 2004. We're at the Hilton Garden Hotel. I'm interviewing Carlo Silveri, who was born in Yonkers, New York, is a veteran of the U.S. Army, achieved the rank of sergeant, and served at Fort Riley, Kansas, and Los Alamos.
Also training on the Air Base.
Okay. Now, as I say, Carlos, I'm just going to go through these questions as they presented them to me, but we can deviate from it if you want to.
Yeah, okay.
And with Carlos in this interview is his niece, Karen, and her husband, Bob. Okay. When did you first join the Army, and where did you go?
It was in December 17th, and I went to Yaphank in Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
And there I stood a couple of weeks, and then I was shipped out to Fort Riley, Kansas, Tennessee. And I served 6 months in basics for military. From there I was picked for the horsemanship, mounted military police, for another 6 months.
Did you get on the MPs because you chose to be in the MPs?
No, I was picked.
Based on what?
Picked, yeah, in the Yaphank where I was.
So, I mean, they give you some sort of a test, and they said, you're going to be a bombardier and you're going to be an MP.
Yeah.
How did you, a young man from Yonkers, New York, end up on a horse?
Well, I don't know. They just picked us. It was just like that. I don't know.
The wisdom of the Army.
Huh?
The wisdom of the Army.
Yeah.
How did you, and where did you first learn that you were headed to Oak Ridge or Los Alamos? How did that happen? How did you get picked for this kind of special assignment?
Well, like I say, I was picked by Lieutenant Bush, who was our commander, you know, of the platoon, with the ones that were picked on the mounted police. And he shipped me up there, and I was under his command at Los Alamos.
What did you know about the atomic bomb at that point?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you have any idea what was going on
I
at
know
Los
that I
Alamos?
was doing something great for the Army, but I didn't know what it was, you know.
Were you married at the time?
No, I wasn't. I'm not married.
You're not married now?
No.
How did your family know where you were going, or what did they know about it?
They don't know. They didn't. We was told not to let out too much of what we're doing. We used to correspond, but I never mentioned everything, you know.
Did you volunteer for the Army, or were you drafted?
I was drafted.
You drafted?
Yeah.
How did you feel about going in the Army?
Well, at that time, everybody was more or less going in, so I went along with the bunch.
What were your first impressions of Los Alamos?
Well, it was something I never expected. I mean, we were up 8,000 feet, and we took 2 weeks to get acclimated to the weather, you know, and the breathing and everything. And after 2 weeks, we were in good shape.
How did the horse make out? I mean, I'm not being facetious, but how do animals react to that kind of an altitude?
Well, I think they came around better than we did.
Did they? I mean, could they
sure.
be very physically
They
active?
didn't get exhausted or nothing. They were very good. We had them climbing peaks and mountains and everything else. You know.
What was your duty? What did you do?
Well, mostly patrolling, you know.
The perimeter?
We used to go patrolling in the mountains, you know, just to make the place secure, you know. You see.
Were you, was it a big group of soldier troopers?
Well, yeah, it was, let's see. This is the group that was at Los Alamos. I'd say there's about, say, 200 guys.
And these were all MPs?
All MPs, yes.
Wow, they were quite a group.
Yeah.
How many of these were on horseback?
Oh, about 60, I think.
Did they? Did the guys that had to walk resent the fact that you had horses?
A lot of them didn't like horses.
That worked out good. That's great. Did you have the same horse all the time you were at Los Alamos?
No, we were assigned to a couple of horses, but we moved around, you know, because our schedule in patrolling was so different, you know, not from week to week, but from like a week or a month, maybe a month before we get on the horse again.
Yeah.
Because we all, you know, took turns.
How did this kind of activity relate to what you did in Yonkers before you went in the service? I mean, did you go in right out of school? How old were you when you went in the Army?
I was about 26 years old.
Oh, were you really?
I actually drafted, yeah.
What did you do before you went in the Army?
Oh, I did mostly everything. I did a lot of heating work, like heating, you know, and just carrying radiators, stuff like that.
Is that what did you do after you got out of the Army? Same thing?
Well, I took up heating again, and I went into plumbing with heating. I was a plumber and a contractor.
Is that what you've done pretty much all your life?
Yes. I retired in 1980.
How did this service influence what you did with your life? I mean, you didn't go out by a horse when you got out or anything.
I think it made me a better guy.
Did it really?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it gave me a lot of responsibility.
I know if I hadn't gone, well, I don't even like to think about it, but it was a very maturing experience for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your first impression when you learned what kind of duty they were doing at Los Alamos? I mean, did you get a chance to mingle at all with the people that were working there that were not MPs, the employees, the scientists?
Well, I was just explaining to them. Dr. Oppenheimer had a horse, you know, and he kept it in the stables. And he used to come down and we used to chat, small talk, you know. And we used to have horse shows, and he used to be at the horse shows. And we used to get together.
How long were you there before you realized what was going on there?
Well, when I actually knew, when they explained it was the last week, the week before the bomb was set.
Oh, really?
Because they had to tell us what was going to happen, you know. It was a blinding thing, and we had to be careful, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because once that thing went off, it was brighter than the sun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You had to watch yourself. So there was things that they told us that we had to do.
Well, how was the security there? Was it really, really tight? I mean, was it very difficult to get in?
Very good. I'm telling you, we were praised and got citations for the job we did.
What, did you get any kind of special awards or distinctions?
Yeah, I got a citation
For
being connected with the bomb and doing a good job. I don't know if I got it or not. I don't think I did.
Were there ever any attempts to get in the place or to break the security?
Well, there was one incident, and I don't know whether he was a kook or what, but they caught up with him, and that was the only thing that was...
What did he do? He tried to climb the fence?
He tried to get in from the canyons. You know, we had a lot of canyons around there. And he didn't make out.
All of this experience in the service didn't move you to want to be in the police department when you got out of the service?
No, not really, no.
Yeah. Any particular reason? I'm just personally interested in that.
Well, I thought that plumbing and heating would be a nice living.
Yeah.
I think police is a nice living, but it's a little dangerous.
They do tend to shoot at you sometimes. Yeah, I agree with you. I was never attempted to be a police officer myself. What were the living conditions like at Los Alamos?
Oh, you mean as far as food and all that?
Yeah, food and quarters and stuff.
I mean, it was very good.
Was it really?
We had some very good cooks. They were very good. Yeah.
Were you allowed on and off the premises freely? I mean,
well, I was in Los Alamos. They did let us go to Santa Fe, which was 50 miles away. You know.
What did they tell you when you went out not to do or say, or was there any kind of restriction about what you did with your time or who you associated with?
You had to be careful. We had some of the guys got in trouble. You know,
because of talking?
Shipped out for that, you know.
You know, I imagine the scientists were probably under more things that... This was probably one of the first virtual corporations in the world, wasn't it? Where things were made all over the country as far as the bomb.
It was very... the physicists, they were something. They used to be so intense in what they're doing. They used to walk at night, and we had to watch them because they might go to the damn canyon, you know. They were so intense with the work they were doing, you know.
Yeah. You can imagine what it would have been like if they'd had computers at that point to do it.
Yeah, that would have been a lot easier.
It's an interesting scientific experiment.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's true.
What was your chain of command?
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, who did you report to and who did they report to? Was there a station chief for Los Alamos and then a chief of security? Is that the way it went? Or who did you report to?
Well, we were a platoon, and the only thing we did was do it and tell us. We had a lieutenant in command. We used to tell him, and then he used to tell the first sergeant of the company, and he used to tell the captain.
Yeah. Were you ever censored with stuff that you said, or that you tried to send home and everything?
No, I never was.
Do you think that the FBI ever kind of tested you? This is one of the questions, actually. But
well, you know, before I got into Los Alamos, my mother was told by the neighbors that some guy was around here trying to get it's investigating, you know, and she got kind of scared, you know.
Yeah.
And I told her, finally found out that they're just trying to find my background so I'd be all right in Los Alamos.
Yeah. It was, I think, at that point, probably a highly confidential security.
Very much.
Were you able to go home on leave, or were you able to leave?
Yeah, I went. I had like a 3-week furlough. Yeah, I've had one, just one, in Los Alamos. Yeah.
And you went from there to back to Yonkers, you mean?
From Los Alamos, I had gone down to Armagosa Air Base where they tested the bomb, you know. And I was there for a whole year.
Did you actually see one of the bombs being tested?
Yes, I was. What happened was that I was going to North Gate, and in the area, and it was 8 miles away. And the morning of the test they were going to test was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it started lightning and rain and everything. So I got over to the radio that was called off. So we had a 6-man hut where we used to go from the gate into the hut, and relax. We used to take turns. And while I'm sitting in there, I seen this bright light. It was like more than the sun. And I said, God, I don't know what to do. And I went outside, and there I see this mushroom cloud. And after that, I got thrown back by the concussion.
I don't know if I want to see anything like that.
Well, I know what kind of...
Yeah, I know. No, I know. It's really kind of awesome.
Yeah, well...
What we know today about atomic power.
I mean, it's really something to see. It's a piece of history, I think.
Well, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Do you keep in touch with the people you were in the service with outside of events like this?
No, I never did, but I should have. I'm very sorry that I had a lieutenant that Bush used to write me and tell me everything, and he wanted me to, when I was discharged, he wanted me to go back to Los Alamos. He wanted me to enter the Army, and he said he was going to make me first sergeant up there, and I didn't want it. I didn't want any more.
Yeah.
I had nothing.
So what did you do for recreation when you were there?
Well, like I said, I was a mounted. I did a lot of horse riding and jumping.
Did you get involved? Did they really share any of the... That's okay.
Huh?
In the back.
I know it's in the back.
Did they share any of the science of what was going on with you, or did they just kind of tell you that...
No, there was none of that. See, we used to go on patrol.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the patrols. And there were like 2 or 3 days,
How much of the year was there snow up there?
Oh, there was a lot of snow because, see, Los Alamos was 8,000.
Yeah.
And there was another 2,000 more.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
So it's 2 miles high?
Over 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
And they had
So there was snow up there pretty much all the year?
yeah.
Wow. How did you feel about that?
Well, I tell you, it was that wasn't cold, that real cold.
Wasn't it?
Even the winter months used to get like in the 70s during the day, but cold at night, yeah?
Why do you think they did it in Los Alamos? Because it was out there and secure?
I guess it's the setup, the weather and everything else, and it was, if any danger, it's so high, it cause no...
The fallout wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
But they had other sites like Oak Ridge, and they had other places where activities related to this were going on, right?
They had many of them around,
Did they have a landing strip at the Los Alamos? Could they fly people in and out? Or did they have to go to Elmira?
We had to go to Kirtland Field in Albuquerque. Yeah. And at that time, I don't think helicopters were around, were they?
That they were really
early. They built them like in 42 or something.
Well, there was actually a helicopter company on Long Island too, wasn't there?
I know it was one in Fairfield because I used to be in Fairfield many times.
Was seeing the bomb go off, was that kind of the scariest thing that happened to you while you were over there?
I tell you the truth, it wasn't scary. It was something to see, It was a surprising
piece of history.
thing. Yeah, it was a surprising thing,
What about the other people in your outfit? Were they all like you, that they ended up in the MPs and on horses by chance? Or did people really, were there some that just picked that place to do it?
Well, like I said, there's only 60 guys actually. I'm mounted police, and most of them were doing like police work around the area, you know.
Where were you when the Hiroshima blast took place? Were you still in the service then? When they actually used the atomic bomb?
I was in the service. I was still...
At Los Alamos?
No, I was in down Alamogordo Air Base where the test was, yeah.
What was the reaction of the people when they learned that it was used and how the results of it and so forth?
Well, it wasn't in New Mexico, they liked it too much.
Yeah.
What happened there was, after that test, it formed a cloud, and it was radioactive.
Yeah.
We followed that cloud right into Roswell, New Mexico. And it said, according to what they tested with instruments, it said they had landed there.
Yeah.
And that's why Roswell is so mixed up with all this, what do you call it?
The people with the little strange impressions of things.
Yeah.
Well, it does. It does have some strange reactions. Have you had any regrets about being involved in the project? And this is not my favorite question, but
no, I was glad to be part of the history.
I think it's great. I was asking the guy who was the director of Vecchio, if in the political environment today, I wonder if they could get away with creating a weapon of this kind of magnitude of mass destruction, and if the political history of the country would let them do it. I think there'd be something to see.
Well, if it comes down to saving lives, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't.
Which the atom bomb did. And actually, when they hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they didn't want any more part of the war.
Right. Yeah.
And my brother was in the South Seas at that time, and he was supposed to invade Japan.
Yeah.
And he didn't go. He was on the kind of they got blown out.
Yeah. How many people in your family were in the service? Your siblings?
I had three brothers.
Three besides you?
Yeah, I had one in European affair,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my other brother in the South Seas.
Were you all at the same time?
More or less, maybe about a month apart, something like that.
That's unusual. Maybe it isn't, but I thought it was unusual to have all the members of a family in the service at the same time. Maybe not then.
We didn't. I imagine we could have.
Yeah. It wasn't hard.
One of us could have got one.
Yeah.
But
Was your mother and dad alive at that time?
yeah, they did well. They didn't say too much about what we should do and what not. So we stood in the service.
Have you talked about your experiences much since you've been out of the service?
Not really. I never told them for a long time.
Is that right? Yeah, it probably is.
You know, because I would get a lot of times they wouldn't leave it in the first place, you know, and you get questions that were ridiculous, you know. So I didn't say too much.
So you think it did kind of have a maturing effect on you, though, this time in the service, or it changed your outlook a little bit as an adult?
Well, I said, gave me a lot of responsibility, you know. It changed me a little bit, yeah.
What motivated you to come to this event?
Well, funny, I have a nephew, and I just started to show him things that I did, show pictures of what I did and things that I took home, and he started to get interested, you know. So he starts to take the computer, right?
It was on the internet.
Internet, yeah. And it's all on the internet. And was the original level that was down in Trinity, they call Armago Air Base, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's from the internet.
That's on the internet.
Wow.
I'm over here. That's me.
I see you haven't changed a bit. That's great. So have you seen anybody in this weekend that you knew before, or you hadn't seen before?
Well, I haven't seen it, but if I'm going to ask tonight, I'm going to try to, I'm going to ask him if any of the names, I have some of the names there, I want to...
Oh, Mike Vecchio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him if there's anybody by...
Have you had a chance to kind of share experiences?
Yeah. See the names?
Yeah.
But, so I haven't seen anybody.
Right, who came in after you, right?
Huh?
The two gentlemen you met.
Well, I've had guys come up and they went into Los Alamos when I got out, you know. But
How long the process was this at Los Alamos? I mean, how long was the development of the bomb? 4 or 5 years? I mean, I don't have any idea really, but how long was Los Alamos active as a development site for the
you
bomb?
mean when they found the site and they started the project?
Yeah.
I would say late 42, 43.
Through, of course, it's still a federal lab today.
Yeah, it was. We were actually the first 60 guys up.
Were you?
We were the first ones up.
What kind of buildings did they have up there? Were they fairly?
At that time, they just had the log cabins and they had built barracks for us, and they had log cabins up there that used to have mostly children's schools up there at that time.
So there was something up there before you guys went there.
It was like expensive children where they used to have schooling up there.
Yeah, like a private boarding school.
Yeah.
But they eventually had labs and everything else. I imagine, have you been back there at all, or have you been tempted to go back there?
Yeah, well, I attempted, but I never got there. I haven't been back.
Have you all ever been to Los Alamos? It must be. I was stationed in New Mexico at Clovis, nowhere near Los Alamos, but I was at Clovis Air Force Base for a while. And I loved it out there. I mean,
I loved the weather out there.
Yeah, Arizona and New Mexico was
good weather.
great flying weather and just great weather. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this? I mean, have you had any thoughts, or do you have any impressions, or is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd like to leave for posterity? We'd love to hear it.
The only thing is, when the bomb went off and they killed a lot of Japs, and the people, some of the people said it was brutal, it wasn't right, you know. But they didn't realize how many lives they saved, you know. They saved many lives. In fact, more lives of Japs than of the military, you know.
I know. I think it was the dramatic effect was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is more humane, to kill people one at a time, or?
Well, I think they accomplished what they wanted to do. They wanted to, believe it or not, they only had 2 bombs that they put off, and if it had gone more, they couldn't do nothing.
So these 2 didn't work.
The 2 bombs worked.
That's a small inventory. I don't care what business you're in. 2 of anything.
Yeah, well, that takes a long time to make a bomb.
But well, in those days, I bet it did. Especially, I guess, when you're making it all over the country, so nobody knows what you're doing. Can you think of any question we could ask that? You know him a lot better than I do, obviously, but...
Well, when I first found out that he was involved in this, I thought he was a perfect person, because he is very, he's quiet, but he's trustworthy like that, and I could see why they picked him.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a person, if you told him something in confidence, he would never tell.
Yeah.
So it was like he was supposed to do that.
I really don't know. It would be very difficult for me to keep my mouth shut. And obviously, you probably sensed that already.
Well, believe it or not, they used to call me Sphinx in the Army. Because I never talked too much.
And you wonder if somebody sensed that at Fort Riley and said, let's send Carlos. Cause,
I got an idea because my commander, lieutenant commander, he's the guy that gave me the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He used to say, I think you'd like the Sphinx.
Well, that's great. I mean, it's quite a compliment, actually.
Yeah.
It's better.
Someone made a comment today to me that the job that they did as the police made the job for Oppenheimer and people like that feel comfortable, that they could concentrate on what they were doing because they were kind of paranoid about what they were doing. And the security made them feel very comfortable that they didn't have any problems worrying about what was going on outside of their office.
Just must have known the magnitude of what they were involved in and how much at risk they were if somebody did infiltrate and start causing problems.
Only a few of them. Some of them did the work, but they had it in different phases,